Hi guys, and welcome to my new webinar entitled Financial Literacy Toward Financial Freedom. First of all, I would like to thank you, the CKSE, Rover Circle, and to my student Henderson, Dixon, and Joshua for inviting me today as your guest speaker in your Rover Circle 30 meeting entitled Financial Tips and Financial Analysis. But first, before I start, please don't forget to subscribe at my YouTube channel at Ezekiel Edison Emis, and please hit that notification bell and for more updates and contents about my YouTube channel. This is Yonghee, a giant robotic doll that's not become famous from the recent Netflix TV series entitled The Squid Game. Well, as we all know what she's capable of doing. Green light, red light, you must stop moving or else know what will happen. In the Netflix TV series, the Squid Game was able to show us that there are two types of people in this world. There is player 001 and player 456. Player 001 represent the person who are rich and who use money to make more money, even joining the game to make him excited and happy. While player 456, which is a poor person and bankrupt, who uses money to be a slave, joining the game for a possibility to be a billionaire, and we all know what happened from the story. As we all know, financial downfall are not only available in stories or movies or books. This can also happen in our real life, such as the financial crisis during of 2008. Okay, if which also despite the movie last this financial crisis was even showed in the movie last December 2015 entitled The Big Short. In this crisis though, that even a big country such as America can experience this financial downfall. Who move us, and how much more us individual trying our luck to survive or dreaming of a financial freedom when we come to an American dream. Every one of us are dreaming of an American dream. But didn't we know that living an American dream means we will live a life of debt and mortgage from the time we were born, starting to go to school, buying our own house, are all debts. From the movie, Twain said, "It ain't don't know that gets you in trouble. It's what you know for sure that just ain't so," by Mark Twain. It means that each time you are with if you were able to achieve or solve your situation, you have already expected and believe, and you already know what to expect. Same thing what happened in the financial crisis during the financial crisis 2008. They already know what's going to happen, but they still did not bother to accept the reality that there is a problem with the mortgages. Okay, so that's what happened, the financial crisis during 2008. It was the year 2001 of May that the federal fund rates become 6.5 from May to 1.75 on December, implying that the house mortgages interest has decreased, encouraging more people or more Americans to buy houses that will have a good and that will increase the economy of the US. And on 2003, okay, on June, okay, so they decreased another interest rate from 1.75 to 1% last December. Okay, in this case, which lead to the, in this scenario, lead to the 2007 bankruptcy of 25 subprime members went bankrupt due to unpaid mortgages, low income, buyers of income and mortgages. And on August of 2008, okay, more banks fall, okay, such as the interbank market, the Bank of England and the central bank went bankrupt during this time.
Financial carnage across all over the America. Okay, they are already in need of a help because of this. Talagang ang laki ng binaba ng kanilang pera. And then napatunayan nila na people who are buying these mortgages cannot pay them. So they were unable to recover from this financial crisis ng 2008. And of course, forward to January of 2009, okay, Fed cut benchmark rates by 3/4. Okay, so medyo nakialam na yung Federal Bank, okay, para bawasan yung 3/4 para makarecover yung kanilang economy niya. But still, on March, several banks still falls down, or these lending companies such as Bear Stearns. Okay, nag-collapse ang Bear Stearns, which they are bought by JP Morgan Chase. Okay, Bear Stearns is one of the leading lending bank in America. So they collapsed during this March of 2008. Okay, another one. Okay, so during September of the same year, nagkaroon ulit ng another collapse, which is the Lehman Brothers. Another lending companies, okay, they went bankrupt. And a lot of employees, the stock market went down because of the fall of Lehman Brothers, because these two lending companies are the leading lending company across America. So that's what happened during 2008, the fall of the financial crisis. Syempre, this did not only happen from America, but also it happens to England, from Switzerland, and all across the globe. Okay? Okay, so here in the Philippines naman, let me just singit ko lang, during the 2008 financial crisis, hindi naman naapektuhan ng Pilipinas during this financial crisis. Why? Because 2008 is the rise of the call center businesses, or the BPO, the business processing outsourcing here in the Philippines. So that's why our economy was able to recover from the world financial crisis because of the call centers here in the Philippines during this year 2008. So tumaas ang ating ekonomiya. We were able to survive this financial crisis. Okay? Unlike other companies, because like what I said, sa Philippines naman kasi we are not living in mortgages. Unlike in US, people lives with mortgages. Okay, so that's what happened during the September. But of course, the aftermath after the financial crisis, these are the things that the US government do for them to recover. Number one, toxic asset. All of the toxic asset by these lending companies was bought by the government. Binili ng mga government ang mga toxic asset na yan. Okay? Probably umutang din sila ulit so that they can liquidate this asset into bad investment. Okay? Of course, another thing, troubled assets are relief. Okay? Yung mga nagkaroon sila ng troubled asset relief program sa US. Okay? Pinautang nila, they call it the DIP, or yung DIP deposit DIP. Okay? Para makarecover yung mga companies who are slumped na bumaba. Okay? And of course, nagpasa sila ng patas. Okay, passage bailout package stabilized the stock market, which hit bottom in March 2009 and then embarked the longest bull market in history. Okay, so because of this, yung ginawa nilang troubled asset relief and the DIP, okay, dyan naka-recover ang America from this financial crisis. Dahil dyan, nagkaroon sila ng bull market. Okay, I'll explain that later. And of course, another batas or law that US done is the Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform Consumer Protection Act, to which the government intervened with the banks or the lending companies. Okay? Pinoprotektahan nila yung mga consumers from these mortgages. Kasi ang nangyari ng financial crisis, kahit sino, yung mga salesman na nagbebenta ng mortgages, they don't care. They just want to earn money. That's why the akala nila okay pala, yung pala hindi okay. So that's why they put this reform to protect the consumers against these lending companies, to also avoid what happened during the 2008 financial crisis. Okay, so debt or debtor possession, uh, possession. Okay, it is a person or a corporation that has filed Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection but will stay hold properties to which the creditor have a legal claim under a lien or other securities interest. Okay, so kung nalugi ang company nyo, okay, if you file bankruptcy, there is a debt to which the government or other lending company will help you to recover. So pwede ka pa rin mag-operate. Okay, your company can still operate while your company are still bankrupt. Okay, para makarecover ka. Okay, at the same time, para makarecover ang ating ekonomiya. Okay, typical transition of stage in which the debtor attempts to salvage value from asset after bankruptcy. Okay, so anong natitira sa kanila, hayaan sila mag-operate ng government. So this is what BIP means. Okay, so this is one of the things that why naka-recover ang US from the financial crisis. Okay, the key advantage of BIP status is to be able to continue running a business, albeit with the power and obligation to do so in the best interest of any creditor. So this is BIP. Okay, so dyan naka-recover si US from the financial crisis. Okay, so what caused the financial crisis? Number one, the low rate interest and the low lending standard. Okay, kasi nga, ang nangyari dyan, a different lending companies, they hire people na marunong magbenta. Okay, these people who wants to, knows how to sell. So therefore, they sell these mortgages, these houses. Okay? Kasi ang baba nga ng rate, di ba nakita nyo, from 6.5 to 125 to 1%. So, itong mga salesman na nagbebenta ng low rate interest, they did not even do a financial screening from this client of them. Okay, ang pinakagusto pa nila yung mga immigrant because syempre mga immigrant, they really want houses from the US. So, yan ang nangyari. So, that's one of the causes leads to the financial crisis noong 2008. Another one is the banks and the subprime lenders. Okay, yung mga bangko kasi they did not anticipate that this will happen. So, akala nila okay kasi ang dami nagpapautang eh. Pero hindi nila nakita yung if the people can able to pay their debts. So that's what happened. And of course, the subprime lenders, dahil si bank, pinangutang nila yung tao, si bank, pinangutang ulit na sa subprime lenders yung property ng tao. And then si subprime members, binenta pa niya ulit sa another investors. Okay, so it is a web link. So dikit-dikit yan. Okay, kaya totally nagbumaba ang financial crisis. And of course, the financial PMs or tranches. Okay, ito yung pinautang nila yung mga maliliit na tao. Okay, mga people who are working, who are earning below minimum wage. Okay, pinautang nila kaya they are one of the, so yung mga BBs. Okay, yung mga triple A siya, yung mga mayaman, yung mga Bs or triple Bs, ito yung mga low income people na pinautang ng mga financial lending companies. Okay? What causes the financial crisis? Number one, the predatory lenders. Okay, yung third-party lenders. Okay, yan ang mga nagpabaksak sa financial crisis. Number one, investment gurus. Bakit? Tinatawanan nila yan. They don't believe that mortgages, that household mortgages will fall down. Hindi sila naniniwala dyan. Tinatawanan nila yung mga taong sinasabi na babagsak ang mortgages in America. So sila din ang mga may kasalanan dyan. Number 3 is agencies. Okay, yung mga lending companies. Okay, so because they do not believe that the mortgages will fall down. And of course, the investors. Okay, yung mga investors. They did not, hindi sila naniniwala. All they do is invest, pautang sila ng pautang, to which lead them to series of financial crisis because of the people who are borrowing the money that they don't have. Okay, so this is what causes the financial crisis. Of course, meron din mga tao, there are people who made money during this financial crisis. Number one, we have Warren Buffett. Anong ginawa ni Warren Buffett? He's an investor. Okay, so he bet against the mortgage fund. mortgage debt fund. Okay, they bet against the mortgage debt fund. So imbis na nag-invest siya sa mga mortgages ng mga houses, nag-invest siya na malulugi yung mga mortgages houses. Okay? Excuse. Okay? Pero dahil nangyari ang financial crisis, kumita siya. And then nung kumita siya, ininvest niya ulit sa market ng US so that he can help people in the US. Okay, so that's number one, Warren Buffett. Number two, we have John Paulson. Okay, he is a hedge fund owner. Okay, ganun din. So, nag-bet din siya against mortgages na babagsak ang market. Okay? So, dyan kumita si Paulson. But later, after the financial crisis, binalik din niya yung pera niya, nag-invest siya ulit sa US so that naka-recover ang economy because of that. And lastly, we have Carl Icahn. Okay, si Carl Icahn naman, different strategy naman ang ginawa niya. Okay, imbis na nag-bet against sa mortgages siya, nag-invest naman siya sa mga casino. Sa mga casino, nagbenta siya ng mga properties na hindi mo bebenta. Okay, so dyan siya kumita. Okay, but of course, these three person, they bet, tinatawanan sila during that time. Bakit kayo mag-i-invest? Sabi ko nga our mortgages are strong. So why are you investing against the mortgages, or you are betting against the United States of America? So that's what happened. They bet against. But in the latter part, these three persons helped the US economy to recover. Okay? Okay, lessons during the financial crisis. Number one, financial planning. Okay? These financial planning are not only applicable to the people who are working in the lending, but also you yourself. Okay, ikaw as an individual, you should have your own financial planning. Number two, know your priorities. Ano bang priorities mo? Ano bang pwede mong gastusin? Number three, get a financial advisor. And then number four, know your current economy. Excuse. Okay, so I'll explain this further. So these lessons that you learned during the financial. Okay, first things first, all of us should be financially literate. What is a financial literacy? Okay, it is an ability to understand how money works. Okay, how someone makes, manage, and invest it, and expend it, especially when one donates to charity to help others. So that is financial literacy. You know how money works. Hindi porket marami kang pera ngayon, pwede mong gastusin lahat. Okay, same thing that happened during the financial crisis. Okay? May kasalanan din ng individuals who bought na nagpaloko dun sa mga salesman ng mga houses. Akala nila, because of the low rate of 1%, they can pay for it. But the fact is, they cannot pay for it. So, it is they did not have enough knowledge regarding these financial matters of house mortgages. Okay, so all of us should be financially illiterated. Alam natin how money works. Okay? Required to understand how money works and how it can work from you, even when you are sleeping. Okay, later we will talk about that. By investing in profitable areas like a stock market or money market. So that is financial literacy. We should know how money works. Okay? Paano yung ins and out? Paano yung expenses natin? Okay? How do we spend? Okay? So that's financial literacy. So now, let us go back dito sa lessons na natutunan during financial crisis. Okay? Okay, so we learned about financial literacy. Ngayon, we should okay, benefits of financial literacy, of course, it provides you with the basic tools of budgeting, savings, so that the expense are kept controlled. Okay, so if you are financially literated, okay, kapag alam mo yan kung paano umikot, alam mo ngayon kung paano mag-budget and to save your money from different expenses. Okay, you acquire discipline to save their own home and children's education. You are thinking about the future. Okay, ensures that you have enough money or savings to comfortable retirement. Okay, so that's what is the most important part in financial literacy. How are you 25 years from now, or how are you 50 years from now? Okay, nagbabayad ka pa rin ba ng utang? or you're just sitting at your home watching Netflix, okay, relaxing, or traveling the world. Okay? So that's financial literacy. And of course, help low income. Okay, ito because dahil alam niyo ng financially freedom na kayo, financially free na kayo, okay, this one of the most priorities to help low income people to make most of what they be able to save and help and avoid high cost charges in financial transition by non-financial institutions. So, pwede tayong tumulong. Okay? So, we will hit rock bottom in our lives. So, if we are financially literated, we can also help people to be able to be literated with these financials. Okay? So, after the financial literacy, let us learn about the time value of money. Pag sinabi natin time value of money, it refers to the fact that money, okay, is in hand today is worth more than the money promised sometime in the future. Okay, so hindi lahat ng meron tayo ngayon, yung pera na hawak-hawak natin ngayon, okay, the money that we are holding right now is not the same or is not the same worth it is in the future. Okay, gumagalaw yan. Okay, so we should learn how to use our money. So this is the time value of money. Okay, so let us go back to the lesson. So number one, we have the financial planning. What is a financial planning? It is understanding the future consequence of today's decision. Oh, I want to buy a house, pero ang problema, I cannot pay for it. So, will I buy it? Of course not. Okay, there should be a plan on how you are going to do it. Okay, so that's financial planning. Okay, determines owns goal. First things first. In financial planning, dapat we know what is our goals and objective. Why do we need to plan these finances, yung expenses natin and etc. Okay, because of this goal. Gusto ko magkaroon ako ng bahay by the age of 40. So, ito ang financial plan ko for that from that time. Okay? Inherent activities. Okay, ano ba ang activities mo from yourself? What do you do? I'm a teacher. Ano ba dapat kong gawin para magkaroon pa ako ng other income bukod sa aking sahod? So that's one thing of financial planning. Relate plans to various unit. Of course, you need a financial guru or a financial advisor. Siyempre, hindi mo kaya yan mag-isa. Okay, when you are doing a financial planning. And of course, we should also learn about the long-term and short-term direction. Short-term, ano bang gusto ko ngayon? Gusto ko ngayon matapos yung taon. Okay, makapag-invest ako ng ganyan. Long-term, sana by the end, by my age of 50, I will be financially free. Okay, so yan ang goals natin. So that is financial planning. Okay, so look at your bracket, your social classes. How is your income? Are you in the low income but not poor? Okay, so monthly income was 10,000 to 21,000, or are you in the middle class, lower middle class, from 21 to 43,000, or are you in the middle class, 43 to 76, or upper middle, 76 to 131, upper but not rich, 131 to 219, or rich, 200 and above. Okay, so when you have your financial plan, tignan mo muna. You look at your income first. Okay, you are a student. What are you capable of? Ano bang kaya kong gawin for now? Okay, look at your social classes. Okay, where does your income comes from? And then if you know what your income is, therefore you can now plan your finances. Ano bang mga daily expense ko, etc. Okay, to which we lead to our concept of budgeting. Okay, so if we know our social class, okay, from this or from the ABS-CBN news, okay, so we know we should learn the concept of budgeting. It is a process of preparing a financial budget. Okay, plans expressed in quantity value. Okay, ano bang priorities ko? How do I manage my money? Okay, it involves strategic and operating plan for business or for individual. Okay, for individual, paano mo ang gagamitin ng iyong pera? So it's up to you. How are you going to budget your money? Okay, first things first, how do we budget? Number one. Okay, know your priority. Okay, ano bang needs? Ano bang wants? Some of you might disagree with me. Okay, so needs. Okay, daily expenses, of course, internet, water, transportation, foods, okay, yan ang mga daily needs natin. Hindi natin maaalis yan. Whether we like it or not, that is our constant expenses. Bayad sa bahay, okay? So yan ang needs. Number 2, we have the healthy foods. Siyempre, because of this current pandemic, all we have to do is to eat healthy foods. Number 3, vitamins. That is also a needs. And of course, kahit na pandemic, education is a need. Kailangan nyo yan eh. Okay? Kailangan natin yan eh. That is being financially literated. We need to be educated. And lastly, another one is the insurance. That is already a need because we might never know what will happen to us. Okay, that's one thing. Yan ang dapat natin tandaan. Hindi natin alam kung anong pwede mangyari sa atin. So, better be prepared. So, yung insurance is also a needs. Okay? Pag sinabi ko namang want, it doesn't mean na hindi mo pwedeng bilhin yan. But, syempre, kailangan din natin masatisfy. We should have our self-satisfaction with these wants. But, we must priority our needs first before we do our want. Satisfaction to ourselves. So, we need to buy new clothing. During this pandemic, kailangan ba natin bumili ng clothing? No. Bakit? Di naman tayo lumalabas eh. Lahat naman tayo naka-face mask eh. So, why do we need to buy new clothing? Eating out in a restaurant, do we need it? So, hindi naman. We rather eat at home. Kung gusto mag-samyupsal, pwede kayo, bumili na lang kayo ng electric stove, doon nyo na lang gawin yun. Luxury things. That is a wants. Travel, okay. So, travel and leisure. Some of you might say, sir, need namin yan for refreshing. Yes. But, unahin mo ba yan kung wala ka na makain? Okay, syempre, unahin mo muna yung food before travels. Junk foods. That is also a wants. And lastly, Netflix. Kailangan mo ba yan? Sir, nasa bahay lang kami, bakit tatanggalin mo yung Netflix? No, I'm not saying to cut Netflix, but you should know your priority. Ano ba kung unahin mo? Yung needs mo ba o yung wants mo? So therefore, if you cannot provide for your need, therefore, cut your Netflix. Okay? I-cut nyo na yung subscription kay Netflix pag hindi nyo kaya i-provide yung mga needs niyo. Okay? So that's the difference between needs and wants. Okay? So, different siya dun sa physiological needs. This is more on financial budgeting. So, how do you budget your money? Alamin mo muna kung ano yung mga needs and your wants. Okay? Okay. Next, get your financial advisors or coaches. Okay? Because we need to learn about saving or learn to have a passive income. Ano ba ang passive income? Pag sinabi natin passive income, these are incomes that comes from your other line of work or businesses. Okay? We cannot trust our money from we cannot trust our future from just one income alone. Okay? Kung nagtatrabaho ka ngayon or if you are working, okay, it's not enough to support the whole family. So you need a passive income. Okay? So you can think of other businesses or other investment, or you should learn the word savings. Or kayo mga bata pa lang kayo, mga grade 10 or grade 11 or grade 12, you should already start. Okay, wala pa naman kayong mga ginagastos. You should already start saving money by opening an account in your banks. Okay, mag-open na kayo ng account. 10,000 lang eh. Kung ngayon magpapasko, makakuha kayo ng ampaw. Anong gagawin nyo? Save it. Save your money. Okay, because dahil pandemic ngayon, we don't know what might happen. Okay, so better start saving your money. Okay, and then when you already start working, think of another type of income that you have. It's what we call the passive income. Okay, and of course, one of the most important thing. Okay, so of course, student ko si Henderson and Dixon and Joshua. So know your current economy. No, okay, because kapag alam mo ang ekonomiya, you will know how to invest. Okay? So, ang daming types of investment. There are 4 types of investment. Number 1, you can always invest with trading. Okay? Kung gusto niyo magbenta-benta. Ito, kayo mga student kayo. You can always do this, trading. Benta niyo kung ano mga pwede niyo ibenta. Okay? That's what I'm doing right now. So, I'm selling chili paste. I'm selling my load. Kahit nasa bahay ako, kumikita ako. So, that's what we call trading. Okay? That is a best investment for you. Pwede kayong mag-online selling. Ang dami yan. Mga luman yung damit, you can always do that. Okay, so that's one thing, investment. Another investment is your talent. Ano bang talent niyo? Okay, are you good on something? If you are good on something, why not try to make a profit out of it? Okay, so kung magaling kayong mag-cross-stitch, yes, you can do it. Okay, meron ako student sa dati kong ABM student, marunong siya mag-cross-stitch, gumagawa siya ng mga manika. So, she sell those products to different clients. Kahit magkano lang, di ba? Kasi student lang naman kayo. Okay? So, all you have to do is to have your talent. If you know how to sing, okay, pwede kayong gumawa ng YouTube vlog. That is already a talent. Okay, pag nakapag 1,000 subscribers kayo, naka 4,000 watch hours kayo, no copyright issues, pwede kumita ang YouTube channel nyo. Same thing that what I'm trying to do. Okay, so that's doing your talent. Okay, and then number 3, okay, stock market. Okay, so, sir, maganda mag-invest ng stock market ngayon. Yes. Okay, look at the financial crisis. Okay, lahat na nag-invest ng stock market during the financial crisis from 2008 to 2009. Okay, pagdating ng 2009, nagkaroon ng bull market, tumaas ang ekonomiya. So therefore, the stock went up. So therefore, marami silang kinita. Okay? This is a best time for you to invest stocks, especially today. Okay? Ngayon, meron si GCash. Meron siyang apps dito sa GCash. Yung G-Invest. Okay? At 50 pesos, you can already start investing in your stock market. Ang ganda niyan. You should try it. Okay? There are many types of stocks. Merong money market. Okay, merong ATRAM or businesses or equity market, or you can always do the bond markets. Okay, so try stocks. Okay, try nyo. GCash is a small amount of money. You can already start investing from it. Okay, so nung last March, ito I help you. Last March, bumaba ang ekonomiya natin kasi nga nag-close down tayo. Pero after ng March, tumaas ang stock market natin. So it is a one way of a very good investment using a stock market. Another one of investment, ito bago lang, it's what we call crypto market. Okay, crypto market, but this is a new. Actually, hindi na siya new. Matagal na siya, pero ngayon siya sumisikat. Because a lot of people are at home right now. So, crypto market is a one way to invest. Okay? So, like what I said, si crypto market depends on the economy. Para kumita ka sa crypto market, it depends on the economy. So, you should know the current economic state. Okay? Mag-invest ka, syempre, lahat ng investment, there is always a upside and downside of it. The downside of crypto market is, to invest for crypto market, you need 90,000 pesos. Okay? Kung gusto mag-invest kay crypto market, you need 90,000 pesos. Or, you can look for a angel investor na magpapautang sa inyo para maglaro ng crypto market. But syempre, katulad ng stock market, it depends on what happened to the economy. Masyadong mataas ang risk to crypto market. So that's the thing about investment. You should know the economy. Okay, so there are two types of market. We have the bull market and the bear market. Okay, so right now, okay, we are in the bull market. So ano yung bull market? It's the optimism. Price is going up. Okay, tumataas. Bumibilis ang stock market natin. That is what we call bull market. Makita mo yan sa mga US companies, maraming bull sa labas ng kanilang statwa ng bull sa labas ng kanilang offices. Bakit? Because it represents that the market is very good. Look at what happened in the Philippines right now. Okay, so maganda mag-invest ngayon. This is a secret. Because this October, filing of COCs, maraming magpa-file ng candidacy this October. So, election will be starting from then on until May. So therefore, the market will go up. There will be a bull market because of the election. So maganda mag-stocks yan. Magandang bumili ng stocks during this time of the year. Okay, so that's why I'm trying to say, know the economy that is happening. Okay, kung kailan maganda bumili, kailan maganda magbenta. So right now, what I'm trying to say, sa stock market, it is good to buy stocks ngayon. Or kay crypto, ganun din. Okay? Because after the election, we will be experiencing a bear market. Okay? Pag sabi ng bear market, is a pessimism, price are going down. Bababa lahat after ng election. So that's the time you will learn how to sell your stocks. Okay? Bull market, buy. Bear market, sell. Okay? Kaya nga dapat alam mo rin ang ekonomiya. You should know very carefully the economy. It is not only applied in stocks market or crypto market. You can also apply it in the trading. Ano bang magandang ibenta ngayon? O ngayon, since it's pandemic, all of us are at home. So therefore, it is a good time to sell computers or cell phones, di ba? Or vitamins because of the pandemic. So, learn about the economy. If you learn the economy, therefore, nakakita. Okay? So, you can tap the opportunities that you have. Okay? So, from the economy. So, that is the bull market and the bear market. Okay. So, remember, when investing or doing a financial planning, okay, there is always a risk involved. Okay? So, do not spend on things that you don't have. Okay? Know your social classes. Ano bang social classes mo yon? Can you buy it now? How about your long-term plan? Okay? Ganyan ang nangyari sa financial crisis. This is what happened during the financial crisis noong 2008. Okay? Because the people who are doing mortgages cannot afford to pay those mortgages. And then, that's why the financial market went down because of that. Okay, so do not spend things that you don't have. Okay, know your social status, know your social bracket, know your capability. Okay, so ingat lang yan. Sa crypto market, same lang din yan. Sir, ang laki nakita sa crypto market. Yes, malaki kita. Pero there is a downside of it. If you do not have the 90,000 pesos to invest with crypto market, and you do not have the ability to pay for that amount, therefore don't invest. Otherwise, you will be bankrupt. Or otherwise, okay? So otherwise, you will also join the Squid Game. Okay? So syempre, sometimes in our life, we cannot avoid being in a financial crisis. Okay? As ourselves, hindi natin ma-avoid yan. Okay, even myself, I also experienced a financial crisis during my time. I was nagkaroon ako ng malaking utang, and that I can no longer pay. Okay, so dumating yan sa buhay na yan. But the most important part is don't be afraid to start over again. Okay, don't be afraid to start all over again. This time, you're not starting from scratch, but you are starting from experience. Sabi yan ng wise man, okay, si Tyrion Lannister sa Game of Thrones. So, okay, sabi niyan, you can always start. Okay, there is always ups and downs in your life. But the most important part is to learn to start over again. This time around, if you start over again, you learn from what happened in the past, and you learn from your experience. Okay? Or, kapag hindi tayo natuto sa experience na yan, we might end up joining the Squid Game. Or we might end up having a calling card from Jungpyo pa pangalan ng artista na yan. Okay, so makakuha tayo ng calling card, makikipagsampalan tayo sa kanya. Okay, so that's what happened. If we do not watch, if we do not learn, if we are not financially literated about our current financial status. Okay, so these are the techniques or strategies. Not strategies. These are the lessons that we learned from the financial crisis in 2008. But of course, ito yung pinaka-importante sa lahat. Okay, it is when we reach our 50s or 60s. Okay, we are financially free or financial freedom. Okay, pag sinabing financial freedom, okay, the status of having enough income to pay for one's reasonable living expenses for the rest of one's life without having to rely to a formal employment. This is our goal. Kahit kayo na bata, you think of your retirement. Pag nag-retire kayo, ano bang dapat kung meron tayo? Okay? Siyempre pag tumanda tayo, ano bang kailangan natin? Okay, ang gusto natin, all we want is to be free from this financial. We don't have to work during this time. Dapat nagpapahinga tayo watching Netflix. Spending the years staying in the world or sa mundo. Okay? Para mabuhay ng papayapa. So that is what we call financial freedom. This is the ultimate goal for every individual. financial freedom kapag tumanda na tayo. I know it's still a long way for you, but it's not too late to start today. Okay, start today on your financial road to financial freedom. So let's have a summary. Okay, so financial crisis ng 2008 teaches us even a largest institution in the world will downfall. Okay, so if you think you're okay, hindi pa yun okay. So that's what one of the lessons that we have during the financial crisis noong 2008. Okay, we must be financially literate. Okay? From yung mga sinabi ko kanina, dapat alam na mo yan. Okay? We must be knowledgeable about what our financial capabilities. Financial planning. Okay? Learn about your financial goals. Okay? Know your priorities. Okay? Kung hindi kayo marunong, get financial advisors or coach. Or you can watch Chinky Tan sa YouTube channel niya. You will learn a lot about him, about financials. Okay? Then, lastly, we need to learn about our economy. Okay? Alamin natin economy. We don't have to study applied economics sa senior high school or basic economy ng grade 10 to learn what is happening in our current situation. Okay? You just have to watch news para malaman yan. Okay? When you are an ABM student, you can already start reading money talks, economies, mga diaryos, mga magazine about our economy. That is a very good start to learn about the economy, to learn when to buy and when to sell. Okay, so learn about our economy. And of course, our initial goals or our vision in our life, it is to be a financially free from all the debts and from all the debts that we have during our younger years. Like what I said, alam ko, you're still grade 10 or grade 11 or 12. It's not too young to start. Okay? It is a best start for you from your road of financial freedom. Okay, guys, thank you. Okay, thank you so much for inviting me in your to be your guest speaker in your Scout orientation. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, please stay safe and God bless us all. And don't forget to subscribe at my YouTube channel at Estel Insolvents. Okay, sige. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much to you.
Thank you, Sir Nemis, for your highly intuitive input. We will now commence with the Q&A session for the next 15 minutes. Anyone with clarifications, concerns, or inquiries, please feel free to ask Sir Nemis.
Sir, question.
Yes, Albert.
Yung yung sinasabi yung bull market kung election, like paano yun? Dahil like karamihan sa mga candidates like bumibili ba sila ng mga handouts, like kung kung nagbebenta ka ng keychain tapos mag-order sila ng maramihan para pamigay sa like para i-distribute nila during campaign, ganun ba yung dahilan? Bull market?
Yes, that's what happened. Okay, so ang mangyayari, ako tatakbo akong presidente. So what will I do? I will buy people. Bibili ako ng mga tao that will help me with my campaign. So therefore, babayaran ko sila. And then these people that will going to help me from my campaign, okay, will invest another, kasi may bibili na ako sa kanyang pera, bibili sila ngayon sa market ng mga campaign material. And then when they buy the market, the material from the market will also buy this material from the suppliers. And from the suppliers thereon, okay, dahil magkakaroon ng mga payment on taxes, bibili ulit sila sa another suppliers, and etc. So, mas maraming investment ang nangyayari. So, the stocks went out. Okay, the bull market will happen. So, tataas ang financial investment with the economy. So, therefore, maganda ang market natin, maganda ang economy natin because of this election time. Okay, so yan ang chain niya. That's the chain of that's the supply chain from the candidates to the investors to the suppliers. Okay, so ikot-ikot lang 'yon yung pera nila. Okay?
Okay, isa pa sir. Meron daw parang 2.5 rule. Like parang daw siya, yung mangyayari daw yung monthly income daw parang 8 times 12 per parang isang year, tapos times 2.5. So parang ayan daw yung kung bibili ka daw ng ng bahay, parang ayun daw yung budget. Like applicable ba yan like right now, parang realistic measurement of affordability ba yun sa isang bahay or hindi?
Okay, yes, 2.5 is a good number.
Like, kasi
okay,
diba sabi mo like yung like sa pinakita niyong social class by income level like yung middle class is around like let's just say mga 50k monthly income nila. So parang so bale kung times 12, 600 tapos 1.2 tapos 1. Bale ano yun? 600,000 tapos 1.2 tapos bale parang 1.5 million yung budget nila para bumili ng bahay. Realistic ba yun or hindi?
Okay, so yes, or real estate yung kasi pag when you are going to buy house, you are dealing with real estate. Yes, 2.5 is good para yan yung savings mo to buy houses. Pero like what I said, ang tanong, the question is, are you capable to buy those houses? Okay, kaya nga pinakita ko yung bracket ng social bracket From that bracket, tingin mo ba yung 2.5 is enough? Think of other expenses that you have, other priorities that you have. Can you buy it? Okay, can you buy it? So that's the question. So if the answer is yes, okay, yes, hindi go ahead. Pero ang problem, how naapektuhan ba yung other expenses mo, your basic needs and wants? Naapektuhan ba? Kapag naapektuhan siya, therefore don't buy it.
No nga.
Okay, yes.
So considering yung yung middle class is yung largest parang yung population largely composed yung middle class, parang pero kailangan rin pag-isipan na yung average household dapat makakabili rin ng bahay. O kung hindi rin nila kaya, edi wala. edi yung
yes.
edi like small percentage lang yung mga kaya bumili.
Yes, kaya kailangan talaga they should learn how to plan their finances. Okay? Pag nasa middle class ka, it doesn't mean na hindi mo na kaya bumili ng bahay. But you should set your priorities.
Hindi naman.
Okay?
Like, sabihin ko lang kung middle class sila, therefore average na sila. Parang ayun na yung line na sila na parang from kung any more above that, edi parang hindi na sila, parang upper middle class na sila. Any lower than that, edi lower middle class na. So parang sila yung deciding factor. Kung kaya nila bumili ng bahay, edi parang a good portion ng population kaya mag-purchase ng bahay rin.
Well, it depends talaga on kung middle class, pwede ka naman makabili ng bahay. There are some places in the Philippines na mura ang bahay. Okay, like province, diba? Mura mga bahay doon. So therefore, kung yun ang target mo na makabili ng bahay, pwede Pero if you are targeting to buy here in NCR, medyo malabo. Okay, so syempre, it depends on what is the economy and your capability to buy houses. Okay, it depends pa rin talaga. Okay, so hindi porket nasa lower class ka, hindi ka pwede makabili. You can still buy it, but you should also think about other types of income. Okay, dapat magkaroon ka ng passive income. You should be financially liberated to achieve your goals toward buying new houses and having more investment bukod sa initial income mo from your working or from your business. Okay, so meron ka naman, you can always look from other houses besides NCR. Okay, you can also buy houses from province kasi mas mura dun eh. Okay, so usually mga middle class dun sila nag-i-invest. Okay, pero syempre, kaya din naman sa NCR. We never know. Okay, that's why you should be financially liberated to be able to achieve those types of lifestyle. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Sir?
Yes.
As kids po ba, is it good to invest in mutual funds po?
Yes, pwede naman. Kung sabi ko nga sa'yo if you have other money, yung may mga savings, yes, you can do that. Maganda yan. Okay, you can already start. Investing right now habang bata kayo, wala pa naman kayong gastos. Maganda kasi mag-invest sa mutual fund kasi you don't need to have hindi kailangan ng mga items or warehouses para imbaka ng mga products na ibebenta nyo. A mutual fund, all you have to do is if you have enough money to invest, then go ahead. Yes, kahit bata kayo, that is a very good idea to invest with. Mutual funds are very good. Okay, medyo stable yan. Or you can also, kung gusto nyo na mas stable, you can do money market. Ayan, stable lang talaga yan. Okay, hindi siya tumataas, hindi siya bumaba. Nasa gitna lang siya. Yan yung money market. Invest with banks, stock sa mga banks. Yan, stable lang yan. Hindi yan tumataas, hindi yan bumaba. Pero the fact is that your money is kumikita pa rin, kumikita. Okay, kahit na bata kayo, grade 11 or grade 12, this is the best time for you to start investing kahit na pinakamaliit or save money from the bank.
And what are good sources of passive income po as kids or teenagers?
Okay, as kids, okay, like what I said, use your GCash. Okay, ang dami nilang mga ano doon, they have G-Invest. 50 pesos, you can already start investing with that, di ba? Yun, pwede. Oh, that's the one way. Kung hindi ka pa marunong maglaro ng stocks, try to play stocks sa mga online games, may mga stock market dyan. You can already start trying it. Mababang pera lang, oh. Kay GCash lang, 50 pesos, pwede ka mag-invest. You should try it. Lalo ngayon, maganda ang market natin. Lalo ngayon, bull market tayo. Try it.
Sige po, sir. Thank you.
Or, pwede rin naman, dahil bata pa kayo, kung saan ba kayo magaling? If iba sa inyo, 10 years old pa lang, marunong mag-vlog eh. Try nyo YouTube. Malay nyo, makakuha kayo ng 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours, no copyright violation. Kikita na kayo, di ba? You can just, by just using your phone, your computers, yun lang. Same thing yung vlog ko, I'm just teaching, yun lang ang vlog ko. Di ba? So yun, mga other type of passive income na pwede nyo gamitin.
Sige, okay. Thank you po.
May magtatanong pa ba?
Sir?
Yes, sir.
Paano gumagana ang Bitcoin?
Ang Bitcoin. Ang Bitcoin, gumagana rin siya based on the economy also. Gumagana rin, parang stock market din siya. Ang difference lang, nasa game siya. Okay, nasa game siya. Okay? So, para magkaroon ka ng Bitcoin, kailangan mo ng 90,000 pesos. Okay? Kapag nagkaroon ka ng 90,000 pesos, pwede ka na mag-start yung game. Okay? In that game, may wala kita mga logo-logo yata yun. Okay? Maghihintay ka ng lumabas ng mga coins. Ang labas ng coins, nakadepende rin yan sa market natin. Kung gaano kataas ang market natin. So, 90,000, ang laking pera na yan. So, kaya malaki din ang balik. Or ceteris paribus. Okay? Wala rin sa economics. Okay? Equal exchange. Okay? So, yun yung mangyayari dyan. So, pag maganda ekonomiya, malaki ang balik. Look at nung March, bumaba siya ng 7.5. Pero ngayong, nung tumapak ng September, tumaas siya ng 25.6 ata. Itong September, tumaas siya ng 25.6. So, nakadepende rin siya sa market. Parang stock market din. Okay, nakadepende siya sa economy. Okay, the world market. Nakadepende siya para kumita ka sa Bitcoin. Okay?
Anyone else? Then, sir, may last pa ako. Yung 2008 financial crisis, like, meron daw doon, company na tawag Lehman Brothers. Sila daw yung pinaka-major down, parang na-bankrupt daw sila. Parang, bakit sila na-bankrupt kahit, like, lahat daw, like, parang, kahit yung mga ibang businesses parang okay pa. Parang hindi naman sa wala silang casualties, but like sila na bankrupt, yung iba parang nandiyan pa.
Kasi si Lehman Brothers kasi they have the idea na house mortgages will not go down. They have that idea. So ang ginawa nila, silang they are the one who is very, how do you say, sila yung pinakahayok na magbenta ng mortgages that time. Kasi kita nila ang ganda ng potential eh. So benta sila ng benta. So pag nagbenta sila, i-invest nila sa another market yung binenta nila. And then from that market, i-benta ulit sa another market. So and so forth. So Tapos, yung mga salesman nila na nagbebenta ng mortgages, they did not even screen their consumers. Hindi nila ini-screen. Lalo pa ang target pa nila yung mga immigrants kasi alam nila gusto nila ng American dream, gusto nila ng bahay. So bebentahan nila yan kahit wala silang capable of selling this paying for these houses. And then itong mga salesman na nagbebenta na to, they don't care if these people are paying. Ang gusto lang nila, kukuha lang sila ng commission. So that's why Lehman Brothers bumaba sila ng bumaba because of that. Yung mga predatory lenders na yan, tapos yung mga bad investment na nangyari. Okay? Kaya bumaba si Lehman Brothers. Because that time, they are all, kasi marami din silang assets eh. So akala nila safe sila. Kasi sila pinaka-largest lending companies in the US. That's why they are the one who went bankrupt. And then nag-bail out din yung mga investors nila. Umalis yung mga investors nila. Kaya naiiwan sila mag-isa. So to the point na wala talaga silang pera pambayad. Or even the government cannot rescue them. Or even the DIP cannot give them enough to operate because of that. Okay? Wala ka na ng investors, hindi pa nagbabayad ang mga umutang sa'yo, and then kumukomission pa yung mga salesman na nagbibenta. Totally lost of asset. Totally lost of income. So that's what happened with Lehman Brothers.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, question po. How do you get a good credit score po in your credit card?
Sa credit card, para makakuha ka ng magandang score sa credit card, dapat nagbabayad. Kailangan maganda ka magbayad. You are a good payer. O dahil makakuha ka ng credit score. You pay on time, walang delay. Pay the exact amount or pay beyond the exact amount. You get a good credit good credit score. Yun lang yun. Marunong ka magbayad. Maganda ka magbayad. Pay on time. Na makakuha ka ng good credit score. Pay your utilities on time. Okay? That's a good credit score.
Sir, and if na-late ka, nababawasan po, di ba?
Yes. Mabawasan yan. Pero meron silang 3-day rule din naman. Kapag sa credit card, may 3-day rule din sila. Kung ang due date mo is nag-falls ng Saturday and Sunday, okay, may 3-day rule yan. So, pwede mo siyang bayaran ng Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so kung gano'n nangyari. Or sometimes, ibang credit card naman, yung ginagawa naman nila, ina-advance nila. So, imbis na mag-fall ng Saturday, ina-advance nila ng Thursday ang due date mo. Para meron kang hanggang Friday para bayaran. So, something like that. Para ma-determine nila if you are a good credit. So, may mga different strategies ang mga credit card dyan pagdating sa payments. Okay, mautak sila dyan. They make sure that you are babayaran mo sila no matter what. Okay?
Sir, so any kind of bayad, like tataas siya ng 1, ganun po ba?
Ano yan?
Sir, so kung nabayaran mo na po, like tataas pa siya by 1 or 2 or may rates po ba na para tumaas lalo?
Yes, meron silang rate, I think 3.5 sa mga credit card. Pag na-late ka ng 3 days, meron 3.5 increase. Babayaran mo na agad yan. Then mag-accumulated pa ng annual fee. So, I think ang annual fee is 10.45 yata ang annual fee. Something like that. Yun, ang taas. Mautak ang mga credit card na yan, hindi lang kung paano. Pero syempre, marami rin din nagbabayad.
Sir, saan ka po natuto mag-stocks?
Actually, natuto ako from my friend. Okay, yung friend ko kasi magaling sa stock. Okay, he's also a Chiang Kai-shek alumni. Ang galing-galing sa stock. Na to the point na during the time na nagkaroon silang financial crisis, siya naka-survive. Okay, because magaling siya sa stocks. Okay, magaling siya sa stocks. Doon sa kanya ako natuto ng stocks.
Thank you po.
May magtatanong pa ba? If wala na, then that would be all for the Q&A session. Now for our awarding. Thank you, sir, Mr. Ezekiel Nemes, for taking the time to share with us your knowledge on finance. Please accept this certificate of appreciation for sharing with the Clover Circle 30 your expertise. video. Send ko sa'yo sa messenger.
Picture, sir. Wait lang. Picture.
Okay, sige. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Henderson, for the
Yes, yung
invitation.
picture nga pala. Katrina Paanal.
Picture.
Henderson, can you
Nakikita
send me
sa
the,
Ano yun, sir?
can you send me the,
Yes, sir.
recording later?
Recording.
Send ko sa'yo, sir. Through yung school email lang natin, sir. Okay lang.
Okay, sige.
Pero 2 parts siya kasi natuto kanina.
Okay lang, no problem. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Joshua. Thank you, Henderson. Thank you, Dixon, for inviting me.
Konting tao lang makikita sa
Bubukas.
picture.
Picture.
Pakibukas na lang po yung mga camera ninyo. Tanggalin niyo yung naka-share para makita tayo. Ayan.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you.